In this video, we're going to be going over my top 5 recommendations for comic book investments for 2025, and this is the budget edition. So last week I posted the big spender edition, and this video was a lot harder to put together for the budget edition, and we're looking at 5 books that check all of the following boxes. Number 1, you have to be able to find a respectable presenting copy for around the $200 range. Number 2, the price has to be at or below the 2020 prices. And number 3, it has to be a desirable character, highly collectible, with potential for future demand. And it's not easy to check all of those boxes. It was a lot easier to make the big spender edition, but I was able to find 5 books to put on this list and some really interesting points of discussion around them, and even some interesting points of discussion about books that I was going to put on the list and the reasons that I decided not to. So stay tuned to the end for that. But before we hop into it, we got to give away this Amazing Spider-Man number 301. It was unclaimed from a previous giveaway. I could not find the winner, so I redrew, and congratulations to Holy Diver 614. You won this ASM 301 Todd McFarlane art, 9.4 white pages. Congratulations to you. And this month we're giving away 2 slabs for the YouTube giveaway, including a 9.9. All you have to do is subscribe, comment, and like this video, and you're entered to win that. And if you head over to BryceComics.com, we're giving away 2 slabs for the monthly newsletter giveaway this month, including a 9.9. So subscribe to the newsletter at BryceComics.com, and you're entered to win free slabs each and every month that you stay subscribed. And you also get first access to new collections when they come through. Some exciting things coming in 2025. So make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss out. Also, follow me over on Whatnot. Link down below for $15 towards your first purchase on Whatnot. We usually have slab shows every Friday night, starting at $1 with your chance to win tons of crazy prizes. A lot of fun. I hope to see you over on Whatnot. And we have to talk a little bit about the current state of the market and some definitions before we hop into this video, because I think it's important to note that there is no rush to go out and buy any of these books right now. We have seen a steady decline in the comic book market for years, and I think we're still have a little bit down to go. I do believe in 2025 that we will hopefully, I'm hoping, and I do believe that we'll see a bounce back, but as of the recording of this video, there's no need to like rush out and buy all of these things. Maybe just put them on your radar. And then from a long-term perspective, I think you would be doing very well for yourself if you picked up these books right now when you look at like 5-10 years out and beyond. Let's hop into the list. Number 1, we have Hero for Hire number 1. This is the first appearance and origin of Luke Cage, and it's also the first appearance of Diamondback, Comanche, and Shades, some very important characters to the franchise of Hero for Hire. And this book, I think, has a ton of potential. I mean, Luke Cage appeared in TV shows portrayed by Mike Coulter, but he hasn't been portrayed in movies yet. And I think that it's inevitable, and it's only a matter of time. And I think that this book has corrected maybe a little bit more than it should. It's down, the most recent sale here for a 5.0 is $188. And when you look at that compared to 2020 prices, 2020 had a high of $205. So, you know, even back in 2015, 2016, 2017, this was around the TV show time, it was selling for more than that. So the fact that you can get it for less today in 2025, I think that this is a good investment when looking at affordable options for characters that have future potential. That's why Luke Cage in Hero for Hire number 1 made the list. Next on the list, we have Amazing Spider-Man 252. And the reason this made the list is because it's so highly liquid. New collectors tend to gravitate towards this book early on in collecting, and it's also a staple in any Amazing Spider-Man collection. It's the first appearance of the Black Suit Spidey, and it's an awesome AF-15 homage. With prices with the 90-day average down for a 9.0 at around $175, $180 compared to 2020 prices. We were right around the same mark, and then even in 2019, 2018, we had some higher sales than today. So because of those things, that's why it made the list. I think it's highly liquid, highly collectible, will be for the rest of time, and for around $200, I think it's a good investment. Next, we have Uncanny XMen number 221, the first full appearance of Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister character, of course, one of the main supervillains for X-Men, and there's even a rumor that he's going to be the main villain in an upcoming MCU project, which could have short-term effect on the value of this book. You know, movies aside, a 9.8 of this book is selling consistently for around the $160 mark. If we go to December, you can see 165, 180, 170, 158, 65, 62, 50. I mean, it's just crazy to me that this book is selling for consistently under $200 when you go and look at 2020 prices, even back in 2016, 2017, 2018. So around the $165 mark, I think this book is a great investment. Movies aside, just as the classic key, it's a X-Men must-have key, and for today's price for 9.8, I really don't think you can go wrong, especially long-term. Next on the list, we have Fantastic Four number 36. It shocks me how affordable this book is, being a 12-cent Silver Age Fantastic Four key with an awesome cover featuring the first appearance and first cover appearance of Medusa. You can get a very respectable 6.0 copy just sold for $140. That's crazy to me. A 6.0 Silver Age Classic Fantastic Four key for $140. And it wasn't an anomaly. I mean, if you look at all of the sales from 2024 for the 6.0, there was a low of $103. And the reason I picked this for the list is that it represents a certain type of book, a Silver Age key issue that has no business being a $100 book for a 6.0 of this. Now, you do have to be careful from an investment standpoint with early Silver Age books from Fantastic Four, Avengers, Amazing Spider-Man even. Run filler issues that are really affordable are not necessarily good investments. I would, if from an investment standpoint, I would stick with, key issues with popular characters that have future potential. Of course, any Silver Age Fantastic Four is awesome to collect, and that's a different conversation. I'm not saying that it's not a good time to buy if you're a collector of run filler Silver Age Fantastic Four or Avengers. It might be a great time to buy that, but from an investment standpoint, I don't think run filler Silver Age FF is a good investment because there's not a ton of change in demand. It's just kind of a static price. But for collectors, I mean, we're seeing some really awesome opportunities to buy in to these Silver Age classic runs. Next on the list, we have X-Men number 13. And the reason I chose X-Men 13 for the second appearance of Juggernaut is it's a super early 12-cent Silver Age X-Men key that is very affordable, around the $200 mark. You can get a very well-presenting copy. And I would have chose X-Men number 12 for the first appearance of Juggernaut, but this is the budget edition. So for the budget edition, going for those second appearances with cool covers is in my opinion, a good investment because they're highly sought after and highly collectible. If we come over and look at GPA, we have a 5.0 most recently sold for $141. That was back in October. So if you're patient and you try to find those auctions, maybe eBay auctions might be a good place to find stuff like this. So $141 being the most recent sale, we compare that to 2020 and 2019 prices with highs of $158 and $225. So that's why it made the list. Checked all the boxes for the budget books. Now I want to talk about two books that I thought about putting on this list and decided not to because I decided overall I don't think they're good investments. Not to say that they're not highly collectible, not to say that they're not awesome books, not to say that you shouldn't have it in your collection. I'm just saying I don't think it's a good investment to buy today. And the first one was Avengers number 9. This is the first appearance and death of Wonder Man, who was later resurrected. And there's a confirmed Wonder Man project. I believe it's going to be a Disney Plus series, and I think that series is going to hurt the value of this book. I don't have a lot of faith in it. My personal opinion is that it's not going to be received well, and it's going to actually hurt the value of this book. And then you go and think about, well, are there like diehard Wonder Man collectors? And I don't think it's really in the same conversation as the other books that were listed in this video. And again, not to say that it's not a cool book or not a cool character and that you shouldn't collect it. I just don't think from an investment standpoint it's a good investment, even though, with the confirmed new project and a 5.5 selling most recently for $216, which is below 2020 prices, even 2018 prices. I still don't think it's a good investment because I don't think the character has good investment potential, okay? And the next book that I was going to put on the list and didn't for a completely different reason is Amazing Spider-Man #4, the first appearance of Cindy Moon as Silk. And the reason I didn't put this on the list because prices right now for a 9.8, I mean, you can get them, they're flirting with the $100 mark. In 2024, you can see like 119, 125, 112. It's consistently flirting with that $100 mark. And the reason I didn't put it on the list is because of the supply. You know, I think that there are a lot of copies of this out there that still haven't come to market, that still haven't been graded. And even though the character of Cindy Moon has huge long-term potential, I think this book will be a good investment at some point. I just don't think it's today, and largely because of the supply and the CGC census. And so that concludes this video. Some really interesting points of discussion. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like for your chance to win 2 slabs this month, including a CGC 9.9. And don't forget to head over to brycecomics.com. We have some exciting new things coming down the pipe soon. Subscribe to the newsletter while you're there, and you're entered to win 2 slabs this month, including a CGC 9.9. Thanks again for sticking with me all the way to the end of the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.